And that was the last of the riding. Within about I don't think it was much more than an hour or so, the C-130 Coast Guard airplane, rescue airplane, showed up and was flying overhead, communicated down. I could hear him, he couldn't hear me, but we threw hand signals and whatnot. It was made clear that I needed help. And he let me know that the Coast Guard helicopter was on its way. Within just shortly after that, the chopper showed up, communicated. They tried to get me a radio. That didn't work out too good. So they ended up going just windward of me, just where the wind direction was, that the wind was coming. They dropped their rescue swimmer in the water. He swam over to the boat. I threw him a life ring, made sure he got on board, or got up to the edge. Amazing young man, really. They're all were. It's unreal. Those guys are amazing. Those guys. I say guys in a general sense. I hope that's understood, because one of the pilots was an amazing woman. And I don't want to sound sexist, or I'm not even sure what it sounds like, but I know that. I mean, he came up, swam up to the boat, and it was decided, yeah, dude, you need to get off your boat, because this is not a good idea to stay on it. And I explained later on why. But so, it's determined, okay? He's like, you can climb down slowly. And I'm like, wouldn't it be easier just if I just jumped in? And he's like, if you're good with that, that's best. And so I threw my backpack on my ditch bag, and I grabbed another little bag that I had set aside, knowing that I wouldn't have much space. So that's all I grabbed, a couple of things that were important, and took them. So I grabbed these things, put them on, jumped overboard. We kicked away from the boat a little bit, and then the helicopter flew overhead, dropped the basket, put me in it, hoisted me up, threw another line to him, picked him up, and we were all on board the helicopter. And then we're on our way. Oh, that's what I was saying. Sorry, I get a little confused sometimes. So, after jumping into the Gulf of Mexico, nothing around but Coast Guard helicopter flying overhead. Things are a little emotional. I'm about to leave my boat. I'm about to leave all this thing. It's crazy. But so there's all these different emotions that are floating through my head. And I get on board, and they give me the headphones, and I hear her voice, and I don't even know how to. There's just something. They should put a female voice on every one of their rescue choppers, because there's just something about it. It's just like, poof, that's it. And it may not work for everybody, but for me, it was what I needed. It just like, bam, I'm in good hands. Not that the guys can't fly. I'm a pilot myself. I don't fly roto, but I fly fixed wing. But, so I know it's not even that. But for some reason, I just felt like I was in good hands when I heard the softer voice. It was amazing. It was wonderful. They went on to explain, and after we got back, the other pilot pulled out his phone and he goes, you made a good choice, because, and he showed me on his phone. I was going to pull it up on my phone and show you right now, but I don't have it. But the 2 days that I was between, because I told him where I was and what all happened, and he said, off of Cuba, that's the little tropical storm thing that was messing with you down there, and it was on the other side of Cuba, but it was causing all sorts of havoc all over. So it was a bad deal. And that kind of followed me up, as well as the Hurricane Nate that is developing in the Gulf. That's already developed in the Gulf. So with all that system all together, it just created a really bad mess. Now, if I had chose to stay on the boat, I had looked on the chart plotter, and it would have taken 9 days for me to have drifted. If everything stayed exactly the same, I would have drifted 9 days' time and ended up somewhere in Mexico. Exactly where is not sure, but somewhere in Mexico off the coast. I could have done that, and I even considered it. But then I thought, if I want to get to the coast, if I don't hit something on the way and sink, or I don't get flipped over, which, looking back now, knowing the situation with the Hurricane Nate and everything like that, I'd probably died halfway across, because that hurricane, when you have no control and no stability on the boat, would have just flipped that boat easily. Would have been not a problem. It had been done. So, but if that even weren't there, and I would have made it. Best case scenario, I come up on shore during the daylight so I can see what's going on. I come to a spot where I can actually anchor instead of just getting pushed up on shore. So I throw the anchor out, and I still have no way to communicate, no way to know exactly where I'm at. Every single thing went wrong, and I have no idea how that happened, because every single thing I had a backup for. I am completely capable of making a trip. The boat was completely capable of making a trip, and I had backups for everything. And everything went wrong, and the backups went wrong. Now, no way in the world can all of that go wrong unless Heavenly Father has a hand in it. I know He had a hand in it. Why did He have a hand in it? Why did things go wrong? I do not know. I cannot explain it. I have no idea what the freak just happened. But this much I do know. It's going to be all right. It'll be okay. And so let me show you one last picture. These guys right here. These guys are amazing. Bam, right there. See the guy in the wetsuit here? Jumped in the water. He doesn't know who I am. He ain't got a clue. But they prepare. Every day they're working and preparing to be ready to go out in some nasty storm, some nasty weather, to go out, jump in the water, swim up to the boat to help the guys get off. These other guys right here, man, bam, they all play an important role in saving lives on a regular basis right here in our country. Salute to the Coast Guard and the amazing men and women that are of it. I thank you. My children thank you. And now, it's time for a new plan. I still feel very impressed that I'm supposed to get to the Virgin Islands and help my family and friends there. So, as I begin to pray and try to figure out exactly what Heavenly Father has in mind, we'll see what He has to do. And there you have it.